Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for another pick a card reading. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's topic is going to be giving you a snapshot of what is coming in for you this spring season. So, spring season is coming up for some of us within the next few weeks of me posting this video, but depending on where you live, spring could be, a little bit further out in time from now. So keep in mind that if you're feeling drawn to this video, regardless of whether or not you're opening it right now or finding it 6 months from now, there's a message that's likely intended for you here, okay? Also, this is giving us a snapshot of where you are headed based off of your current energy. So keep in mind, this is not set in stone. You all have the free will to make your own choices and decisions to manifest the future for yourself that you really desire. So if you see something you don't love predicted out for you today, don't stress it, don't sweat it. You can always switch up your actions, switch up your energy, and create something different for yourself. If you guys are interested in booking a personal reading, you can find the details on how you can do that in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get into our card selection. Take a deep breath. Choose the card or crystal that you are feeling the most intuitively guided to. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and look through the timestamps down below to fast forward to your reading. All right, so if you guys chose this little clear quartz, this is going to be your reading, pile number 1. So let's see what changes are headed your way or what energies are headed your way as we navigate into this beautiful spring season. I always love the springtime because I feel like it's new beginnings, like fresh energy, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and see what comes through here for you, pile 1. So we do have the message of the new moon eclipse and career transition, which is awesome. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, what I'm seeing coming in for you guys this upcoming spring season is a pretty massive career change. I got tongue-tied where it said transition. So the new moon eclipse talks about powerful changes. So I would expect that this change with regard to your career, it may feel a little bit rocky, it may feel a little bit rough, but it's going to bring about change that is actually going to lead you into something that's much better. It's going to lead you to change that's maybe like a little bit more in alignment with your life's purpose. Career transition, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So I feel like a lot of you guys are coming to the realization this spring that something you're doing right now with your career is just maybe not quite in alignment with your purpose. And you're recognizing that a change has to be made, but intuitively I'm kind of feeling like you guys are going to have this realization and then you're going to really be the ones that are guided to propel that change forward, okay? I don't think it's just going to happen to you overnight. I'm really being drawn here to this light around this Archangel's head here. And when I see the light, I think of enlightenment, kind of having that aha moment, coming to this realization that it's time to create something new and different. And it may not be an easy process, but it will be worth it in the end because it's going to kind of push you guys into the right path for you, okay? So let's go ahead and tap into your tarot cards and see what else comes through here. So we have the awareness card, we have the lovers, and the sorrow. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's going to be the easiest choice for you guys. Maybe you guys have been feeling really comfortable where you're at in work for a long time, and if that's not the case, then it could just be like just this realization that perhaps the path that you're on, like I was saying earlier, it may not feel like it's really in alignment, and that's causing you guys a little bit of stress. I'm also kind of feeling like this breakthrough, this awareness is definitely coming through really strong. We do have the Chariot card here, and in this deck, it's very much this like breakthrough energy. And remember, we were talking a little bit about awareness and enlightenment here with your overall energy cards. So I'm definitely seeing this spring with regard to this big change coming through. It's almost, again, like you're having this aha moment and knowing that you have to make a decision, but I feel like there's a little bit of stress and anxiety over what decision you need to be making. Or, yeah, sorry, that was really scatterbrained the way that I just did that. Yeah, I think you guys are really realizing this spring that whatever it is that you've been doing for work is no longer in alignment with your purpose. And so it's time to now make a tough decision, maybe a head over heart decision, to move into something that's going to kind of be more in that love vibration for you as it pertains to your career. And the lovers, it's very much this head over heart decision that needs to be made. So it's like, I could definitely see why for some of you this might feel a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit stressful, or we might kind of fall into this overthinking sort of energy, because maybe we're feeling like we're leaving behind a place that we've been very loyal to in the past, or leaving behind a place that we've been really comfortable in for a long time. But it's like, now that you've had this realization that it's time, like you can no longer leave it the way that it is. I really feel like the change here is imminent now that you have this awareness. And what's great is once you've got that awareness that you need to make the change, the Chariot card really talks about being incredibly driven and motivated and just moving toward your goals, no questions asked, no distractions. So it is a card of victory and it is a card of success. So for a lot of you guys this spring, well, intuitively, I'm feeling like this is more of the realization process of you deciding, okay, now it's time for me to move forward on a new path. For some of you, I definitely feel like there could be some actual movement with regard to this decision as well. It's just going to have to be, based off of what you do once you, come to this conclusion for yourself. All right, let's see what else comes through here for you, pile one. We have best possible direction. Okay. Kind of makes sense with what we've been talking about here. We have dream sweet, sleep deep. Yeah. So I definitely feel for you guys this spring as you're sort of navigating through this energy. I think that being able to kind of quiet the mind, relax, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're getting sleep, not allowing things to overly stress you here. I think that is going to serve you in your highest good. I think actually you guys may actually come to the realization that you need this change in your dreams. It might come during sleep. But I also think this is just a message of making sure that you're resting, so that way you're able to make the most level-headed decision and you're not allowing certain things to kind of keep you up at night as it pertains to this. And I think as you're making sure you're being mindful of your health, being mindful of your rest, quieting any anxiety that's going on, through that, the best possible direction will become quite evident to you. And I also think this is a message that's just saying that this change is happening for the better. So even if it's something that feels a little uncomfortable, even if it's something that feels like you're not really ready, Spirit is pushing you to move forward. And I think you're going to feel that sense of urgency. So though it may make you feel a little bit anxious, just know that this is happening for the best, okay? So we had a couple cards fly out here from this deck. Whoop. All right, so we do have the message of see the reason, and then we have the message of do better. Okay, so I think as you guys are moving through this big change, you're being guided to make sure that you're staying connected to your why. So with seeing the reason, this is about seeing why you're doing something, getting in touch with the root of why you're doing what you're doing, what decision. I think too, like when you're making decisions, it's always easier to make a clear choice when you are clear about why you're doing something, right? If you come into it feeling anxious or feeling pressured, or not really being clear about your end goal here, like with the Chariot, it's not going to be an easy decision. It is going to be very stressful. So I think to eradicate some of this anxiousness that I'm picking up on here, make sure that you're really being like getting in touch with the reason why you're doing it, the reason why you need to move through this change, or the reason why you want to make this change is really important here. And you also have the message of do better. So I think, again, career transition is coming up here for you guys. Movement is coming up, changes and decisions. You guys want to make sure that you are setting yourself to the highest standards possible. You're not settling for anything less than you deserve. I think this is also a message here of like the old situation that you were in wasn't vibrating that love vibration back to you, right? So it's time to leave it behind because you've got better options that are going to be better for you out there, okay? Whew, pile one, very powerful changes coming in for you this spring. Please drop me a comment down below and let me know how these messages resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, group number 2. So if you guys chose this little clear quartz, let's take a look and see what's coming through for you all in the spring season. All right, so we start off here with the void of course moon. And then we have the message of teaching and learning, Archangel Zadkiel. All right, you guys, so this spring for you, the void of course moon really talks about this is like a time period from my understanding when the moon is not stationed in a particular sign. So it's kind of just like moving through the sky, a little bit off track, not really settled into a home, okay? If that makes sense. And so I'm definitely feeling like this spring, you guys might be going through like a little bit of like maybe a transition period or just a period of time in your life where things feel a little bit off course or a little bit off track for you from your norm. We also have a message here about teaching and learning. This says, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So I think that there's something that you're intended to learn personally from this time period of feeling like you're a little bit off track. But I also think that perhaps this is a message for some of you to maybe allow others to help you, maybe to be a little bit more open-minded to other people's perspectives, other people's guidance. Because you're in the situation of being off track, right? So if you've got people around you that are able to help teach you or guide you to try things a little bit differently or to move in a different direction, I think Spirit's really wanting you to heed that guidance and heed that advice because you can really learn something from it. And sometimes, we kind of get stuck in our ways as humans and we just want to do it our own way, right? But there might be some really valuable guidance that someone else can provide you that you might never even think of trying yourself that might help you to feel more successful with whatever this is that you're moving through. Okay, let's see what else comes through here for my pile 2s. We're going to get into your tarot cards next. So we have the 3 of Pentacles, which is guidance. The Ace of Cups, going with the flow. Participation, the 4 of Wands. Interesting. I wonder if some of you guys might be trying to collaborate with other people this spring, or maybe having challenges of like working with others or something like that. There's a lot of like group energy that I'm picking up on here, or like the energy of other parties or other people being around you, because we do have the 3 of Pentacles, which talks about collaboration with others, working with others. In this particular deck, it's depicted here as guidance, which would make a lot of sense with the message of teaching and learning. We also have participation here. 4 of Wands, participation makes me think of like needing to contribute into something, right? So I definitely feel this spring that you are working together with someone or trying to collaborate or connect with other people. This could have to do with like home learning or homeschool, just like came into my ear. I don't know. That was just really random. I'm definitely feeling like a little bit of a school energy for some of you all, like a school vibe, a classes type of vibe. Something like that is sort of what I'm feeling with some of these cards here. But you guys are definitely being guided to sort of like go with the flow a little bit. And I think I keep going back to this message of keeping an open mind to new ideas. I think you guys are really being guided here as well to sort of seek harmony. And I think the way you're going to seek this harmony is through being in flow. Not trying to control the situation, not trying to dictate how things are supposed to go. I think that the void of course moon energy is happening because you're really being guided to stay in your flow with this. This is a really interesting card. It just kind of, I'm going to see if I can pull it closer for you guys. I just realized that there's 4 people sitting in a circle here with their palms out, kind of like in perfect harmony. So I definitely feel like working with other people is super, super important during the spring season for you guys. Let's see what else comes through here. So we have the message of confidence. Okay. And then we have the message of health. I feel like this woman on this card really was reminding me of like the posture of this figure here with going with the flow, because she just looks like she's in flow, right? She looks very relaxed. She looks very confident. She looks very open. And so I think, again, the message I'm getting here, just reading the card intuitively, is just around that receptivity, being receptive to hearing other people's perspectives and points of view. This could, for some of you guys, also speak to like mental health and needing to kind of maybe finding yourself in a space during the spring where you need to make sure you're protecting your energy, focusing on your mental health, even your physical health for some of you guys as well. Because with the confidence card here, I think that it's going to be important for you all to, you know, again, being open to hearing from others, but also being able to stand in your own power as well, to be able to create what you really believe in. So I think that can definitely tie in with this idea of health as well, because if you're not feeling confident in yourself, that's definitely, you know, an inner, sort of like an inner work that needs to be done, but it can also be assisted with, you know, the guidance of others as well. Okay, final message. Please move on. Yeah, so I think if you guys kind of find yourselves maybe stuck in a comfort zone or feeling like stuck with this collaboration, stuck in this energy, you do have the Void of Course Moon here. Even though there's a lesson in this for you and there's something you're being guided to learn, Spirit is really wanting you to make sure that you don't remain in this lingering energy for too long, okay? The message of please move on is very clear, very direct. This is about like letting go of expectations, letting go of anything that might not really be working anymore, and being able to move forward. I also think, again, going back to some of the messages I was picking up from at the beginning is like, please move on from being stuck in the first place, right? It's like allow other people to contribute and guide you so that you can move on from this energy of just sort of being like in the flow for too long, you know? Very interesting messages for you, Pile 2. I'm definitely curious to know how this resonates. Please drop me a comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for viewing this video, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hey there, group number 3. So if you chose this beautiful amethyst cluster, let's go ahead and see what's coming through for you in the spring season. All right, so we have the full moon in Aquarius. We have sensitivity, Archangel Haniel. Okay. So pile 3, I feel like this spring season, you all are really being guided to perhaps either detach from a situation, or you may find that somebody in your life is wanting to kind of detach from you. The reason I'm feeling this is there's a few reasons here. The full moon in Aquarius, full moons are about sort of closing something out. And the sign of Aquarius is sort of non-emotional, right? This is about sort of like being aloof or detached in some senses. Even though Aquarius is the water bearer, they're not a water sign, they're an air sign, right? So this is about kind of thinking more logically about situations versus thinking with our emotions or moving with our emotion. You guys have the message of sensitivity here as well. It says you're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So there's something going on that's kind of at its peak in the spring for you. And it's something that is causing you to feel highly sensitive and maybe emotionally triggered in your life for some of you. And the full moon in Aquarius is about like, needing to remove yourself from that to protect your energy. I keep being drawn to how this angel is sort of by herself here in the field, in nature, playing beautiful music, surrounded by beautiful animals. And so what I'm getting from this is like being able to like remove yourself from that and spend some time, at one with you, doing things and activities that help to raise your vibration, make you feel whole and healed, okay? So I'm going to scooch these over and we're going to see what additional messages come through from the tarot. So we've got the King of Swords, control. We have the Knight of Cups, trust. The Eight of Cups, letting go. So there's definitely something that you all are really being guided to walk away from, or that you're going to find yourselves moving away from in the spring. Letting go really echoes that sentiment. I think that really goes back to this emotional detachment. And we have the King of Swords here that's kind of mirroring this air energy. This is about being really in control of yourself, being really in control of your emotions. For some of you all, this could be a partner in your life or a person in your life that is choosing to detach from you or walk away from you. And this is maybe why we're in this feeling of sensitivity. But I think for the majority of the viewers viewing pile 3, this is about you kind of just being emotionally fed up with something and needing to kind of move away from it. This is a time of getting kind of better control over your emotional investment in this and your emotions in the situation, period. Trusting that moving away from this and just kind of, it's almost like this person is free falling or just like leaping into the air, you know what I mean? And just trusting that whatever's meant to be will be. Releasing is really the energy I'm getting here for you, pile 3. This could be a love interest, like I said, that some of you are walking away from. But I definitely see there being some emotion kind of coming to a peak here in the spring for you. And I think like ultimately here, pile 3, with this full moon in Aquarius, this talks about show the world the real you. So any situation that is not encouraging you to be your best self, any situation where you don't feel you can be authentic, any situation that's not bringing you joy, is going to be really hard for you to live in your most authentic self, right? So this is definitely going to be a season of release for you guys, for sure. So we have the message of knowledge and romance. Yeah, so there's definitely a love story here for some of you, pile 3, that are viewing this. With that Knight of Cups, that makes a lot of sense. Could be an air sign that some of you are dealing with here. But I think this is about, for some of you, a romantic connection that's maybe needing some distance, okay? Maybe you're needing to kind of separate yourself out from this. For some of you, this could have to do with someone that's very controlling as well. You know, that King of Swords is very stern. And moving away from that. We also have the message here of knowledge. This talks about letting the knowledge of your ancestors flow. So I think being able to kind of see the situation from a higher perspective and remembering the lessons that you have learned in the past is going to be really important to sort of getting you through the spring season. When I think of ancestors, this could be literally like ancient ancestors that you have, but it can also be, you know, your more recent, I almost said descendants, your most recent relatives, your grandparents, your parents, people that are like directly in your life that influence you. What can you learn from those relationships that you see them in? What can you learn from the mistakes that they've made? Or maybe it's more personal. What can you learn from the mistakes that you've made in the past that will help you kind of guide through this release process in a more wise way? You know what I mean? So I think for a lot of you, this does have to do with something in your love life or connection of some sort. but it doesn't necessarily have to be. There's going to be a lot of people that see this reading. So for some of you, it could even just be like moving away from a work environment or some sort of other connection in your life. So we have the message of psychic knowledge. So with this, I think this is just going to be about, again, trusting in your intuition. I keep going back to this trust, this Knight of Cups here, how this person in the card is literally just like flying through the air. They just like took a leap of faith. It's almost like the Fool energy, kind of taking a leap of faith. You know, they're confident in themselves. It's like, in order to do that, this person had to really trust in their own intuition to know that like, okay, this leap is right for me. You get what I'm saying? So I think continuing to lead into your intuition as you guys navigate through your spring season is going to be really, really beneficial to you. Lean into your intuition, but make sure that you're staying in control of your emotions as you do so. Protecting your energy, like we talked about at the beginning. All right, my pile 3 viewers, I think those are all the messages that I have coming through for you today. So please drop me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile number 4. So if you chose this beautiful smoky quartz cluster, let's go ahead and see what's coming in for you all in the spring season. So we're going to start with some oracle messages for you. We have the new moon in Libra, and we have healthy lifestyle. Very interesting, you guys. So definitely this spring, I see kind of like a rejuvenation around self-love with regard to health, okay? Couple messages actually hitting me here. I feel like pile 4s always have like multiple different scenarios going on in them for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, the new moon in Libra talks about like, it could be new relationships romantically as the card states, but I also think of just like new contracts in life in general, whether it's like a work contract, a business commitment of some sort, something sort of new starting. Also like, I'm thinking of balancing as well with the scales. So I feel like this is a new beginning for a lot of you as it pertains to this healthy lifestyle. Balancing things out for you. That's why I was saying self-love. I feel like for some of you, you may be partnering with somebody, because for some reason with Libra, I think of partnerships. You could be partnering in with somebody that's going to help guide you on this new journey, this new lifestyle. So maybe some of you are partnering with like a fitness trainer. Maybe some of you are working with a nutritionist or some sort of guide that's helping you on this new journey. Could also even be a doctor, right? But there is a new beginning happening for you guys as it pertains to your lifestyle and living more healthy, being more mindful of your physical and mental health. And I do feel this is going to bring a lot of balance back into your life. Maybe things have been off balance with your health recently. You guys did choose the smoky quartz, which can sometimes talk about, this is actually a great stone for things like depression, anxiety, root chakra as well. So maybe some of you have been moving through some challenges with mental health, and in the spring, this is going to be kind of like, all right, new beginning, fresh start. We're going to make some changes to maybe improve, okay? Let's see what else we get here. Consciousness, Ace of Swords. We have the Master, the Knight of Swords. So there's definitely a lot of like mental energy that I'm picking up on here, pile 4. You guys have swords cards here, which also have to do with mental health or just mental, the way we think things through in general, communication as well. I'm really being drawn to these 2 cards here. We have the consciousness card. This is the Ace of Swords. I think, again, new beginnings. This is a realization time for you all in the spring season about something to do with your life that needs maybe like a whole new fresh perspective, like a fresh perspective, a fresh outlook on something, I think for most of you pertaining to your health, okay? And I feel like with this Master energy, for some reason he reminds me of Professor Dumbledore from Harry Potter. I've been reading Harry Potter again, so that's probably why I thought that. But Yeah, it's like you guys are moving into this space of like the master to me could be this guru, this person that's really helping to guide you through whatever's happening with your health, this new journey you're on. But I also think this is having to do with you all, maybe mastering something within your healthy lifestyle in the spring, or having that desire to become the master of your own health. It almost looks like the new moons too, right? We also have the Knight of Swords here, fighting. So I think for a lot of you guys, this could feel challenging, right? Maybe this is a type of challenge that you've not necessarily been up for in the past. I'm also getting like a little bit of a physical message here for some of you guys as well. So maybe for a lot of you, this Knight of Swords is having to do with you becoming more physically active as well, getting more movement in, things like that. Very active energy here with this Knight of Swords. But definitely this willingness to master and balance things back out and be sort of like in charge, taking charge of your own health, your own life, okay? We do have new beginnings, which is beautiful for the spring. And we have prosperity, which is also amazing. So this is going to be a very prosperous time for you, Pile 4. I feel like you're calling in a lot of abundant energy with this new beginning as well. I think that getting back on track with your health, getting back on track with fitness, kind of working through any mental health challenges or issues that you guys may have been struggling with in the previous season. All of this is going to lead to you feeling more abundant, more prosperous, more confident, more grounded as well, is the message coming through. You guys did pick a grounding stone, right? So maybe that's something that's lacking in your life as you're viewing this video. And then new beginnings, really in line with that new moon in Libra. So this is going to be a beautiful, powerful time of transformation for you all, which is beautiful. Within weeks. So a couple messages coming through here. This is exciting. I always love when we get a time-based message in these readings. So Pile 4, within weeks. So I think that what this is saying is that within weeks of starting this new beginning, you're going to start to feel better. I also think that this could also just be a message for some of you viewing this video that within weeks is maybe when you're going to have this aha moment about needing to make some of these changes. Within weeks, this new beginning will be presented to you. Maybe within weeks, this guru who's here to help you out or guide you through will be presented to you. Lots of different messages coming through here, but it definitely looks very, very positive for you, Pile 4. So drop me a comment down below, Pile 4. Let me know how this message resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.